to the astrology interview. Now, this isn't actually about astrology today, but you've all met Maddie before, and Maddie's an energy worker. And we've decided, because it's such uncertain times, and both of us are talking a lot to clients and to people about the fear and anxiety and stress that they're feeling. So between the two of us, we thought we would just offer you some techniques and help on how to regulate that and actually how to build up hope, because hope sort of helps us to roll forward when things are so challenging as they are at the moment. So, Maddie, where should we start? Where would you like to start?
Well, oh gosh, it's such an Aladdin's cave we're going to walk
I
into now.
know.
First of all, lovely to see you, Sue. Lovely to see all of you out there.
Yeah.
And yes, we were talking about it because I think it's impossible not to feel some slight concern or stress, for example, over what's going on at the moment, either on a global a platform or a national platform, or even just in your life. We're faced, especially if you're younger, with lots of challenges nowadays.
And I think,
And
Maddie, especially with people with young children, it's
yes,
particularly challenging for them, I think.
absolutely.
Mm.
And one thing I've got a few little things I want to share with you today, but I'm going to share one really easy one with you. And actually, probably every one of you have done this naturally. I call it the oh my God points. You go, oh God, what am I going to do? That is a natural reaction just here, halfway between your hairline, or where was your hairline, and your eyebrows, roughly there. You have a couple of points. Don't have to worry exactly where they are. Just rub your hands together, shake them off, put one over it, doesn't matter which one. And don't try to not think of what is concerning you. Just sink into it. Okay. The other hand goes behind on the back of the skull. If your arms get tired, you can do this in bed. Breathe
I'm,
and
I'm going
smile.
all over the place with this.
Yeah. So one hand on forehead,
Yeah,
one
yeah,
hand opposite. Okay.
yeah,
If you're uncomfortable, you can
yeah,
just sit like
yeah.
that, whatever. Okay, now what this does is this hand, your little electromagnetic pad, is going to draw blood to the forebrain, and that is the part of the brain that is like your inner mum, the problem solver. So effectively, that you want that brain, that part of the brain, to be activated. So this is pulling blood into it because it's going to say the equivalent of, okay, I know things are a bit tough at the moment. Let's honor that. We're not being Pollyanna, but here's what you may be able to do. Here's a solution. Because when we can see a way forward, see a solution, however small, that our stress levels begin to go down. The backhand here is very much in energy work to do with kidney energy, which is fear. So we talk about young children, if you have a young child that wakes up with a nightmare or something, you might be living a living nightmare. They might wake up from a nightmare. You do this little hold and just all will be well, smile, breathe, and that takes the fear factor down. We may not identify, oh, I'm fearful. We may just think I'm really stressed out, but there will be some sort of fear involved.
There will be, yeah,
This
there
is
will
a
be
wonderful way.
a feeling in the body. There's something uncomfortable in
Absolutely.
the body. Now, the other
And
thing,
can I just say though, Sue, because I'm sure
yeah,
people are, you're going to say, how long do you have to hold it for? Until you begin to feel literally the blood pulsing in your forehead. That may be a few seconds, it may be a couple of minutes, it may be 10 minutes the first time you do it. That's why it's important to be comfortable. So just keep on holding that, breathing, smiling, all will be well until the blood comes to your forehead. Sorry.
now the visualization you can either do at the same time or you can do it separately, where you visualize the stress bubble right up at the top, the bubble pulsating with stress, and you can imagine there's a lever and it's full on, and you imagine slowly pulling the lever down to off or turning the dial to off. I've found that very helpful for me because I'm a
That's a lovely
visualizing
one. I
person.
love that one. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
a really good way of doing it as well. And you keep turning it, keep pulling the lever down to off or turning the knob off until you feel the
Mm.
stress beginning to release.
And it's interesting what you say there. So you're very good at visualization, and I know some people aren't. But if you're not, you could do that, what Sue's just described. And remember, to your body, you are the voice of the goddess. So you could talk yourself through it. If you can't visualize, say, oh, I can see that lever that lever's in front of me and it's coming down. It's
Coming
coming
down.
down.
Yes.
So use what we share with you today is a real springboard, and you can adapt it so that you feel the difference.
Mm.
Once you feel the difference by doing some of these little things, then
Now,
they
there's
grow.
there's another thing I do, and I don't know if you do it as well, Maddie, where I'm feeling very stressed. And what I tend to do is sit in the chair and say, "Come and get me," and just
Oh, I
wait
like
and
that.
just allow it to overwhelm me because I know it's not going to kill me. And at some point it peaks and then the stress is released. And I find that incredibly helpful. It's a bit panicky when you first do it because you go, no, I don't want this. But actually, if you invite it in, you know it's not going to kill you. But what it will do, it will peak, and then there's a much more feeling of calm that comes after. How do you work with that as well, Maddie?
I I work with a similar thing in there's two things. Donna Eden, the Eden method, taught me expelling the venom, where you just bring your central meridian down and it comes out. And Stuart Wilde taught me something which I've used a lot, and I'm going to share that one with you now. Okay, so I call it. I've sort of changed it a bit. Sorry, Stuart. But I love it. Okay, so this is for something if you can really identify what it is that is stressing you. Rub your hands together, shake them off, bring them about heart level. I bring it a little bit higher. And in your hands, you imagine a little chess piece that represents whatever you are concerned about. It could be the tax man, it could be a politician, it could be fear. Oh, that little thing, like that, however you identify fear, and it's there. And then, so yes, you come to it and you say, okay, I honor you. I see you. I sense you. I honor you. I hear you. But the time has come for you to leave my life in love and light. I've learnt the lesson that you came to taught me, and now I leave. Now you're going to leave, okay? And talk however you want, but that's the theme, love and light. Thank you for the lessons, but off you go. Okay, and you have it there, and it's a little thing. And then you take a nice deep breath in and blow out, and don't blow into a mirror or anything, blow out to a horizon if you can, and you can just see this little chess piece twirling over and over and over again, disappearing. I love doing it on the beach, I love doing it in the forest, in the countryside, and I may do that 2 or 3 times in succession, and I after say thank you.
Yeah.
Mostly because my body knows that thing, it will work first time. Sometimes you have to do it every day for 2 or 3 days, but you suddenly think that's not irking me anymore, or that roadblock to my inner peace has been removed. I've taught this for many decades to students, and I have absolutely loved the response they've given me. Maddie, you'll never
Yeah.
believe what happened.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's one of those,
I
just
think it's about
glides on.
practice, isn't it? Because we tend to think that stress is just stress and we can't do anything about it, but we certainly can. And this is why NLP, a lot of the NLP techniques are really helpful. And there's one which is a visualization of a very stressy necklace, which has got pearls on it or whatever you want to. And you just imagine taking the necklace off or it breaking and all the stress
Yeah,
coming out. It's all the same, exactly the same thing as Maddie and I are
yeah,
talking about it, but it's whatever works for you. That's quite a good one as
yeah.
well. Shaking, jumping up and down, stamping your feet, going for a run, anything like that to release the that tight relationship with the stress that you're feeling.
Actually, that's really good when you say stamping your feet. That reminds me of something. Let nature help you. If you have the privilege of being able to get out to nature, even if you're living in a city in a park or safely in a park or whatever, a really good thing is grounding. Okay, so stamping your feet is good. I like, because I'm in the countryside, I will sit on the earth back against the tree, shoes off, feet on the ground, fingers in the ground, because no one can see me, and if they do, I don't care. Okay, and then I just ask nature. Use the sense that you're strong enough, you're strongest in. You may visualize, you may ask, and I will ask nature, please take away all that doesn't serve my highest good, all this useless stress, tired, stale energy, toxic thoughts, whatever it may be. Take it out. Imagine it dripping through your fingers into the earth, coming down your coccyx into the earth, the soles of your feet or back of your legs. You can lie down and do it, whatever. But just imagine, and if you can't imagine, talk yourself, I am now releasing, okay? And that is a wonderful way of discharging all that stress and can't think and all of that, which
Overwhelmed.
often accompanies it into the ground. Do that, and then after a while think, okay, now I'm bringing up the nurturing, nourishing female yin energy of hope, of quiet solution, of a stillness in which, that inner stillness in which I can hear the wisdom woman within offering me a solution and what I can do, or just offering me comfort. Sometimes there is no immediate solution.
Yeah.
Make nature your ally, and also you can make nature your ally in the way I'm looking around. I haven't got it here. With some essential oils, if you've got a touch of lavender or frankincense or Roman chamomile, these are three really gentle oils. Most people can use, even you can use them with kids, and just rub a little bit of that on any of your, on these points that we were talking about, or on the temples, or round your wrists, which really help balance your energies. And breathe.
I think another really lovely thing to do is when you're feeling very stressed is to light a candle to yourself in your journey, because that turns it into a sacred, I hate
Yeah,
using the word sacred these days, but a kind of
yeah,
a divine a, a relationship with something greater than you, and just ask your, if you believe in your ancestors, or if you believe in your guides, your angels or whatever, just to
yeah.
come sit with you, just to help you ease the stress of what's going on.
I think that's possibly one of the most important things we've talked about today. So, ask for help.
Yeah.
Ask for help in whatever you believe. It really does help, and it helps you feel hopeful. Another thing that you can do whilst you're doing that is there's 2 points, lung 1 and liver 14. Okay, and together they offer a real energy of comfort and hope. So how do you find them? I'm just going to put this down a bit. Okay,
Mm.
you bring your elbow into your side. Either one, doesn't matter. Don't think about it and come up. You don't have to hit yourself quite that hard. Round about here is lung 1. It's on both sides. Okay, you're not an acupuncturist, so you can just go in that general area. Hold that. I might hold it like that. Okay, underneath here is liver 14. So lift up boobies, hands underneath, and that's, you're just sitting with the palms like that. Breathe and smile. Why is this helpful? This point here, liver 14, is known as the gate of hope. And it is, I can feel, if actually just
Yeah.
take a second, just
It's
close
lovely
your eyes,
feeling, isn't it?
smile, have no expectation, but just allow the energy to flow between these 2 points. Okay, they're really connected. And lung and liver, it's that feeling of inspiration, of hope, of letting go.
It's making me feel quieter. That's what it's making me do.
It does,
Yeah.
it calms down.
Yeah.
And it's something, go to bed like this. Go to bed like this and just say, all is well. All was well, all will be well, whatever you want to say. And you can do it on either side. I tend to do this side. I don't know why, because liver's on the other side, but you've got liver meridian on both sides. So that's one. When things seem hopeless, and they can on all sorts of levels nowadays, just do this.
Mm.
And I also have this naughty thing. It's not very spiritual, sacred at all. I just go, whatever.
That's exactly.
And I laugh. Oh,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I tell you the other thing
Happy.
I love, which I found terribly useful, and you can teach it to the kids, is the butterfly kiss.
Oh,
That
yeah, yes.
that's a lovely one. And the children love the butterfly kiss. So
The
you
other,
can actually sit with your child if they're very
mm,
stressed on your knee and just do the butterfly kiss on them, and it'll quieten them.
actually, that's interesting. That reminds me of this one, which if you're in the butterfly kiss, if you imagine your arm sewn onto your torso there on both sides and you massage. Okay,
Yeah.
this is reflex points for central meridian. Okay, now central meridian runs up the front of the body, and it's how we relate to other people, to our environment, to circumstances, and everything. So it's going to affect what we're talking about today. It is also the central reservoir for all the yin meridians, and the yin meridians are these feminine supportive ones, and lung and liver, which we've been working as, it would support those. Also, it's what they call a hybrid strange flow, so it helps you adapt to change, whether you want change in your life and it's elusive, or whether it's come into your life and you need to deal with it. It helps that. It helps re-establish the connection to joy in life. So just doing the butterfly and then just doing this
Yeah,
is
lovely.
very powerful. And you can then end, what I would suggest is middle finger on third eye, the other middle finger in your navel, push in, pull up,
Oh,
smile.
that's
And
a nice one, isn't it?
this is going to hook up the central and the governing vessels, the yin and the
That's
yang
lovely.
reservoirs, the strange flows who are right little
Yeah,
troubleshooters. It does some of these things, so never ever ever ceases to amaze me how something as simple as that,
yeah,
or as simple as that, can have such a profound effect on
yeah.
your energies and mood and your health.
Yeah, I think, when you're a young mum, particularly, it's really difficult to get away from the kids, even when you go literally to go to the loo. But if you can find 3 minutes of, somebody taking care of the children, or you say to your husband when you get home, I know you've had a busy day, I just need to go and just have my 3 minutes. It just really helps to reconnect with you, and hand on heart, I'm me, I'm me, I'm beyond my label, I'm me.
That's a really, the other thing you can do, depending on the age of your children, is make it a game. Okay, come on then, guys. We're going to hold on. Now, what we're going to
Yes,
say to our
yes,
bodies
yes.
today? Let's say, I'm a happy little soldier, whatever.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it becomes suddenly a little game. Ooh,
mhm,
let's thump up,
yeah.
these little energy exercises, um, and get them doing it as well. Educating them
Absolutely.
in energy.
Train your children, train them like dogs, give them all these techniques, and they'll start using them. They really will.
Do you know what? I
Train your
wonder.
husband.
I wonder what it's like to be a child or an adolescent in today's society. I can't imagine, because it's so different to what when
Yeah,
it was ours. But giving them some tools, not forcing them, but getting them, even if they just do a couple of things a day energetically, or things we're talking about, is great tools to help them cope with the world they have
mhm,
to deal with.
yeah. And the thing is, the world is on the accelerator pedal. It is not
Yeah.
letting the accelerator pedal up, and that's overwhelmingly exhausting. So just know that it is exhausting to be a present in the world at the moment. It's overwhelming, and that's okay. But to have these moments where, as Maddie's saying, is just these simple techniques like that, or hand on heart, I'm me beyond my label, or the butterfly, all of that is so helpful, just to remind yourself that you're in a body.
Yes, you
The
are.
body knows what it needs to do.
And most of all, though, you're the voice of the goddess to that body. So try
Yeah.
and keep it as possible, as positive as possible. When I get a bit negative, that's when I do the little, oh, whatever,
Yeah.
even though it's a little bit false sometimes. And I try to find the positive in something. And it's really hard. I know that sounds a bit Pollyanna, but the whatever is a little trick I've formed. You find your own trick.
Yeah.
You know, well, whatever. This too shall pass.
Yeah, well, that's why I have the Julian of Norwich behind me. You know, all is well and all manner of things shall be well. We don't
Yes.
necessarily believe that right now, but it will turn out the way it turns out. And our lives are turning out the way they're turning out. But we can help ourselves. As I think the big thing is stress and fear and anxiety robs you of joy, as Maddie said. And that's the big one. And if you can
Yeah.
find a way of bringing down that stress, then you've got room to feel joy again in your life. That, yeah.
I mean, really, all these things, all these what we term negative emotions, anger, frustration, irritation, stress, you know, anxiety, all these things, they are natural. And I just think it's getting that balance. The secret is getting that balance between honoring them and feeling them, but letting them pass through. That's for me, if I had to choose one thing, it's nature, getting out that one I
Yeah.
told you about, you know,
Yeah.
letting it pass through. It goes. And the problem is with us human beings is any of those emotions can get stuck in the body, and they can be stuck there for days, weeks, months, years. And that's when they cause mischief. That's when they play with our mind, our emotion, our physical being. So the whole secret, I think, is what moves the emotion through your body? What moves it? And hopefully a couple of these things which we've shared with you
Yes.
today, and if you research a bit more, there'd be something that moves it. That really helps. Doesn't make it easy, but it makes it
Yeah.
easier.
And
You
you
know?
have to practice. You know,
Yes.
it's like going to the gym. You know, the first few times you think, oh God, this is horrible. But actually keep at it and you start feeling
I
good.
still feel like that.
I know. I
No,
don't.
I'm being flippant. No, no.
Maddie, is there a sort of nugget you'd like to leave everyone with?
Well, I think it is getting out in nature, but there is one other thing, which is a natural thing as well. And I've used this for years. If you really do feel overstressed, over anxious, really cross, you know, any of these things, I call it, remember the old teddy boys used to sort of
Yes.
that, okay?
That's right.
Rub your hands together, shake them off, bring your hands to your temples, breathe, connect in. Breathe in. As you breathe out, come up over the ears, down behind the ears. Come off that necklace line, shake it off. Hand on heart. And you can either say thank you, or you can say whatever.
Boy.
Okay. And do that a couple of times. The reason that works so well, we instinctively do it, is it takes the energy out of triple warmer meridian, which is the main energy meridian that responds to stress and all these things we're exposed to now. Just calms it down.
Well, I hope that's helped you all. And please do leave any tips that you'd like you use underneath the videos so other people can learn from you as well. We're all in this game together. And Maddie and I will be seeing you again talking about the Chinese elements later on in the year as the year is dashing by. So, as I said, I hope this has helped and sending you all the very, very best love as the madness of the world continues to unfold. Take care to you all.
Thank you, Sue.
Bye for now.